Hi, this is James Zhang with Old Capital, and today we have Matt.Aslan with Marcus and Millichap here to talk about Oakwood. But before we jump into the deal, Matt, maybe give us a little bit about your background and your team, and then we'll jump into the deal.
Sure. So I'm on the Llewellyn Hoover team. We're actually a team of 15, and we each have a different area that we focus on. So obviously, Nick Llewellyn, Bart Hoover, and two others focus on the 76 and larger units here in DFW. We also have four guys that focus on secondary and tertiary markets. So essentially everything outside of DFW and the surrounding states, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. And then there's two of us, Joey Murray and myself, that cover 75 units and under just in DFW. Essentially, I'm Tarrant County, and Joey covers the other side of DFW. So, of course, we have two financial analysts, two marketing personnel, and an escrow coordinator. So, just a team of 15, and we're able to handle anything that comes our way. So.
Great. So you guys listed this deal, I think, late last week. And so I wanted to get you on and just talk through the 60-unit deal called Oakwood. So if you want to just tell us a little bit about the deal and sort of what you like about the property.
Absolutely. So some of the basics at Oakwood, it's 60 units. It's built in 1980. Average square feet is 793 square feet. So the average rent is $970, which is about $1.22 per square foot. It's in Arlington. It's on the west side of Arlington. We're really excited about the area that this is located. We've done a lot of business in Arlington, and especially in this area. So very excited about this property. But pitched roof, 3-tab shingles. It's in good condition. The property is self-managed. They have two full-time employees, one full-time manager, and one full-time maintenance. And there's 135 parking spots. We'll get to that in a second. But the HVACs are there's individual HVACs individually metered for electricity. Water is master metered, and they bill back 75% to the tenants as well. But the hot water is electric individual units as well. So I do want to note that there's four units that are 3 bedrooms. They're the only ones that have a washer dryer connection inside them. So there is a closed care facility on site, and for the rest of the units that don't have a washer dryer connection inside. So
Great. All right.
let's go to the next.
Yeah, so I put some pictures here on sort of the exterior. So I think the seller has spent some money on the property. Maybe give us what did he spend the money on sort of on the exterior so far?
Absolutely. So overall, the current ownership has spent just under $800,000 in capex. About $480,000 of that was on the interiors. We'll get to that in a second, but this is a good slide. You can see on the exterior they've really done a lot to really upgrade the exterior. They installed two grills and a pergola. You can see the balconies as well. They upgraded the balconies with that wood on the cedar wood on the siding there. It looks really good. They also spent some money on landscaping. Also on the HVACs, they spent about $18,000 as well in addition. So it looks really good. And yeah, this is a good slide here. So the interiors, you can see they've done a very thorough, good job on the basic upgrades. So let me jump into this. There's 55 of the 60 units that have had this basic upgrade program. What that consists of is faux wood, vinyl flooring, a stainless steel package appliance. Mainly the microwave is stainless steel, but with the black appliance for the dishwasher and refrigerator. Two-tone paint, resurfaced countertops, and the backsplash with a gooseneck faucet. So they saw a significant increase just on rental income from this basic package. I will share this with you. So this is actually the model unit. This is the 60th unit. It's not being leased out, but when tenants want to see a unit, they can check this model out and see the upgrade. So it's really exciting. I will mention that on 3 of the 55 units, they've upgraded with granite countertops. And so they're seeing an additional $100 premium just on those 3, Well, we can definitely get to that in a second when we talk about all the upside opportunities
So
for
Matt,
Oakwood.
on this picture on the right hand side, it has a bathroom picture there. So have they done any sort of water conservation on the property, or is that still an opportunity for investors?
No, that's a great point. There's not been any water conservation done. So definitely an awesome opportunity for the next investor to implement.
Okay. All right. Go ahead on the location.
Yeah, so very excited about this location. It's strategically placed between a lot of very attractive entertainment options for Arlington. I mean, obviously Arlington's the mecca of entertainment for DFW. So a few things I'd like to point out. 2 miles southeast of Oakwood is UT Arlington. They have over 42,000 students that are currently enrolled. There's also Arlington Memorial Hospital. It's one of Arlington's top 5 employers. That's within about a 5-minute drive of Oakwood. Also General Motors Assembly Plant, also a top 5 employer for Arlington. That's 5 miles from the property. And then just 3 miles east is Six Flags, Globe Life Park, AT&T Stadium, Texas Live. So just a really great location overall, which is a great option for the tenants that live there. So.
And you talked a little bit about some of the rental increases you've been able to see with the Granite. Are some of the other properties in the submarket achieving those rents? And maybe go floor plan by floor plan on this one.
Yeah, sure. So let me stick to the ones, because Oakwood has 40 units that are 1 bedrooms and 16 that are 2 bedrooms. So it's laid out for you. We actually call and verify these rental comps. So these are very accurate as of recently. So you can see a few of the neighboring properties, Montecito Club, Crosswoods, and Arlington. They're achieving $1.46, per square foot in rents, $1.44. So with the Granite upgrades, you can see in the pro forma, just on the 1 bedrooms jumping up from $875 to $975. You're right in line. $1.45 a square foot. That's over an 11% increase on the rents just on the 1 bedroom. So, and you can see the same on the 2 bedrooms as well, jumping those rents from $1,100 to $1,200. Puts you right in line with the competition, $1.24 per square foot. So, that's definitely achievable. Yeah.
So that's on. So the sellers spend a lot of money on the property already. So the exterior looks good. Continuing this upgrade program. Any other ways of increasing the income on this property?
Absolutely. So I do want to take a second real quick to just talk to the Granite. Kind of the example that we had is, if the next investor were to upgrade the Granite on 45 of the units going forward, obviously that's $100 premium on those units. That would increase your annual income by $54,000 or just north of that. Based on a 6.5 cap, that increases the value of Oakwood by over $830,000. So that's probably the highlight number one as far as something I would implement very quickly. I did want to note on the cover or on the parking. There's currently 135 parking spots, which is quite a bit for a 60-unit deal. So I would absolutely recommend covered parking. As you know, we had hail come through very recently here through Dallas-Fort Worth. So just the example that I have, if you were to install 30 covered parking spots, they cost roughly $1,000 to $1,200 per parking spot to install. But if you were to charge $45 per parking spot, per covered parking spot, I would increase your revenue by over $14,000 based on a 6.5 cap. That increases the value of Oakwood by over $220,000. So I would absolutely recommend implementing that program. So.
Okay. All right. So, the upgrades on the Granite and then maybe some reserve parking. So sort of how does that translate over to sort of your pro forma year one?
Sure. So you can see the jump just in revenue overall. And on this particular slide, this is just talking to the pro forma on rent. This is not including reserved parking. Just definitely want to notate that as well. So on the total rental income, you see a jump from 637,000 to 687,000, which is very realistic. Going down into the expenses, I would, obviously being self-managed, I think there's a great opportunity to lower the expenses. You can see the payroll was a little bit high at 88,000. We suggested dropping that down, under 80,000, 78,000 for pro forma. So still great opportunity from, the interior upgrades, reserved parking, but also managing the expenses just a little bit tighter as well. So.
Okay, great. Do you guys have any guidance on pricing the deal so far? I know it's only been out a week, but what have you been whispering on the price on this deal?
Yeah, absolutely. So the whisper on Oakwood is high 5 millions. Okay. We're really not sure where it's going to shake out at, but we do anticipate fully marketing this deal, having a call for offers date, and but that's the price and guidance we have. Would be happy to talk to anybody about that more in detail.
Okay, so we had the deal sized up. This has been a well capitalized deal, occupied deal. So we looked at just a straight Fannie Mae loan on the deal, and it was coming in at about $4.5 million on green at 4.25, and then 4.3 million on non-green 4.5% with 3 to 5 years interest only. So there's definitely been an uptick, after you guys have finished the upgrades. Net rental, we did a T2 annualized, so that number is going to have to hold for the next couple of months during sort of best and final and closing. And then other income, it looks like it's stabilized the last probably 6 months, 3 to 6 months. And so we took a T6 on that. Management fee, we used a 4% management fee. G&A, advertising, professional fees at 425, payroll at 1,100, and then T12 on utilities. R&M was 600 a door, and then insurance at 250 a door, which is in line with what they're currently paying. And then we took so on taxes, which is always a tough thing to look at. We're using 80% of the purchase price. I know that was sort of is this in Tarrant County? They originally came out in 2019 at about 4.8 with the original assessment, but has the seller been able to get any relief on the 2019 taxes?
Absolutely. They had those taxes lowered to 4.1 for 2019. They just disputed that, so that's a big plus.
That's a big plus. Okay, so some lenders might be able to underwrite a little bit tighter on the taxes because of that change, and then also the other income. If it can continue this trend, you might be able to use like a T3 on other income, which might get you, 100 to 200,000 more on loan proceeds. So have you guys set a call for offers date on this deal? And, is there anything else that any people should know about this deal as they go about sort of setting up tours and then also submitting their LOIs?
Absolutely. So first off, a call for offers, we don't have the exact date yet, but it will be mid-August timeframe. We'll definitely announce that here in the next week. Maybe 10 days of what date that is exactly. So, James, I'm glad you brought this up. I did want to note that in order to look at Oakwood really the best way possible, I think the next investor should absolutely annualize June numbers at this point as of today, because that's the actual reflection of how Oakwood will continue to perform going forward. If you look at June overall revenue, it's right at 61,000. We'll have July numbers here shortly that will reflect the same revenue. And then by the time that we have our call for offers, we'll have August collections. So that way you'll have a T3 to kind of move forward and really put your best foot forward when actually submitting your offer. And so, yeah, if there's anyone that would like to tour, just contact me directly. Here's my contact information. Would love to get that set up very quick.
All right. Thanks a lot, Matt.
All right. Thanks, James.